Okay, so welcome back to part 3. Where last episode we finished at the Firelink Shrine. All I've done, just because I cocked up the recording, I jumped back to our second bonfire, which was Tower on the Wall, and just run across here. This is where the Mimic was, remember, down there? And we've also got the dragon up here. And all I'm doing is taking out the dragon. Quite simply, shoot its feet, that's it. If you want to skip forward in about 20 seconds or so, I'll meet you when we've done it. There you go. So if you just skip forwards, done. Got a few little shinies to collect. Another ember. But this is what we really came here for. The Claymore. Without a doubt my favourite weapon. Now you can see the axe weight is 4.4. It just jumps up to 9. And if we look at over at equipment loads on the bottom right, you see we're currently at 29% of 50. Well, I don't know if that, what percent or whatever. Basically 29.4 out of 51. You can see if we go to the club, because it's even lighter, it drops down to 27 and turns blue. Jump up to Claymore, 34. Still use it. And we can still roll, but if we put anything else on, we're going to go into fat rolling territory, which is no good when fighting a boss, because you need to be agile. However, let's talk about Claymore. So you can see some people say the Zweihander, which is classed as an ultra great sword, is better. Personal preference, I think. See here, R1, got some nice long swings. We've also got this two-handing, rolling attack, jumping attack, and our special move R2, R1. Pretty good. Now the Zweihander has a similar move to this, but it usually lifts the enemy off their feet. And also, when we were talking about scaling, if we have a look here, it's D strength at the minute, about the same as the axe really, except the axe is a little bit lower. But as we start upgrading the swords, that will go up massively. And you can get this sword up to A, I believe. Sure, we're going to work our way to the boss. Is he anywhere near? Yeah, fuck him. Here, remember the guy climbing up the wall? You can take him on if you want. It's not difficult. We got this guy down here. Now, a slight little difference. What we're going to do here. I'm not sure if I picked any. Did I buy fire arrows? No. So we're going to let this lizard man change. There we go. There he is. Now we're going to get him to come over here. They're very weak to fire, and you can stagger them with fire. Now you want to back away. They can do hit like a truck, they can. I'll show you what happens when you hit them with fire. For some reason he's just hanging around. Okay, now go away, you queer. For some reason he seems to be stuck there. Oh shit, now we're in the danger zone here. Okay. We can't fight him there, so we're just gonna get away from him. And we'll fuck him up. Not really what we wanted to do. But we're going to be opening a bonfire shortcut in a minute anyway, so don't worry about it. Now you can go that way, we're not going to bother. It's just taking on enemies for no reason. What we're going to do is drop down to this ledge here. If you miss it, don't worry about it. What we're going to do is just snipe him. I mean, you'll be in some later levels, you'll be coming up against these guys quite often. And we certainly won't be hiding from him. Just let him do his thing. This is the safest way to do it, really. Now we can actually still get you up here. Gonna be either clever. That was either a good idea or a really bad idea. Just gonna come down here, grab this shiny. There we go, one hit. Gives us a rapier. Rapiers, I've never really used them until I discovered the Ithril rapier. Generally, Ithril weapons do a lot of frost damage, and the Ithril rapier, most rapiers are pretty devastating. Fast attacks, if you're vulnerable to frost damage, they'll destroy you. Add to that a bit of frost damage, which, just to talk about frost damage, back in the original game, the Dark Souls 1 and 2, things like poison, that was the big one. that everybody focused on getting. Poison did a lot of damage. In this game, poison is pretty pathetic, really. Whereas frost, and to an extent bleed, did massive amounts of damage. We might recognise where we are here. We're back to our first bonfire. See what I mean? The reach of that poke is amazing. Which is why many a time on all the Dark Souls games, I've used the Claymore. Even Elden Ring was the very first weapon I went and found. Dog might follow you up here. Just be prepared for that. Oh, you little mutt. And now what we're going to do is head back down that little elevator. Not really planning on fighting any of the enemies here. Okay, just pop back up here, up these stairs, and we get a large soul. Now, we want to go to that roof, where I believe is a ring of sacrifice. What I'm going to do is just take off my armour, so I can get a more comfortable jump. There we go. So, if we die, we're not going to lose. We can equip that, and then if you die, you keep all your souls, but the ring evaporates. Now, you want to come back over here, drop down here, because he can be a little cunt to you, he can, when you're trying to take out these other enemies and he just keeps popping arrows in your back. One hit. We're going to try a little special. And I also put a massive amount of stun damage on. Now, if you remember the Master Swordsman that we saw at the beginning in Firelink Shrine, if you kill him, you'll find his summon sign here for the boss. And here we have Lothric Knights. Most of these knights, all the same attacks, kill them all the same way. Get behind him if you can. Once you use that weapon, see, no real hardship. I mean, don't get me wrong, they can hit like a truck. If you mess it up, they can kill you pretty quick. Now, I can't believe how many times I played these kind of Souls games without knowing how to do a backstab. Okay, Okay, we've got 2 places to go here, in there, and here. Now there, we've got a slightly more powerful version of the Lothric Knights. Not going to take him just yet. I'm going to come in here, speak to this woman. Later on in the game, you'll be back here,
I allow you there to the head.
where you have to fight the
This
dancer
farewell,
of the
it is if you
Boreal
can,
Valley.
Unkindle go but the
Make sure she's got nothing else to say.
unkindle go but through the vile.
Okay, now, just to throw things off slightly, see how we're doing for time. No, don't worry. We're going to take on the boss. I was going to go back to the Firelink Shrine, kill the Swordmaster, use his summons as a distraction, but we can use his summon later for the dancer. So this boss has a lot of frost attacks, but surprisingly he is also weak to frost, and weak to lightning, which I've used. Not a very good idea. So I'll let you just watch the video. It's pretty intimidating. However, I like to lock onto him and get behind him. Oh, lucky bastard. So, I don't think I've even hit him yet. You say, as long as you stay like close to him, he does have a magic attack. Pissing me off now. Stand and fight, you little fanny. I'm not sure if you can actually stagger him or not. Now he's gonna, oh, little git, do that annoying ram attack, which you can roll through. Oh, wanna play like that, do you? Now you can see we're getting frost damage now. When you get frostbitten, you basically take a massive chunk. And he runs at you like that, just roll towards him. Now it's worth noting as well, when you use summons, it increases the boss difficulty. So you can see, not very difficult boss. As long as you remember, keep behind him. Now, the reason we went to see that woman was to get the banner. Now you may possibly have recognised those are gargoyles from previous games. Dark Souls 3, they fly you to another area. So we're going to light this bonfire. We're just going to clear this immediate area because we're already at 20 minutes. Because there's an NPC I want to send back to the shrine for us. Now there's a few various endings to this game. One of them, which is called the Lord of Hollow ending, requires you to do what we're about to do now. Alluring skull. You can use that, chuck it, and it attracts enemies. Some bosses as well. Now over here, if you listen,
Please,
there's only one of them
grant me
moving.
death unto. Oh, the champion. I was.
I'm going to accept
I
the
shine.
service, which that'll send them back to the Firelink Shrine. Now, whether you choose to do the Lord of Hollow ending, he's still useful because you can get 3 levels off him, 3 upgrade levels by dying a certain amount of times. Now, I'm going to be going for the what's known as the real dark, bad ending this time. So I'll jump back to the Firelink Shrine. Okay, and we're going to end it there. Part 4, we'll go through just our little updates in the shrine, chatting to the NPCs we need to chat to, upgrading our weapon, and we'll also have a look at what killing that boss has just got us. So as always, toodaloo.